So today we're going to be covering this whole land in a railroad network, and then we're going to use that network to eventually build a submarine down here. And that gives us a lot to do in Train Valley World, which is out now on Steam and is also sponsoring this video. So the first thing we need is to set up a network between this farm and this one. So we just set up a train station right here, and then another one down here where the cows are. Make sure we connect them all with a railroad track, which sadly does not line up evenly, but good enough. So that gets placed in, and then we buy a train. An Emperor, I like the sound of that. Ooh, and it sounds really cool too. So we just tell it what to do, which is load here and unload here. Easy peasy. And we can also assign a specialist to it, but we have to be careful to not have more than 2 in order to complete this challenge. So since it's doing a whole bunch of freighting right now, we'll go ahead and get the salesman here to increase freight income, because we're gonna need to buy a lot more things. But it drops off the wheat here, and then it starts producing cows. Beautiful. And there are a lot of cows here already, and the cows need to be delivered here to Birkenhead so we can get a tech point, and they also wanted to be delivered here. Let's go ahead and set up a station here first, so we have another source of income, and thankfully that can go right there. Well, sort of. The tracks seem to be able to curve into here, but that looks pretty good. So we'll get another train going from here to here. So it can go ahead and do that. And we can deliver passengers over here in order to gain some income. But oh, look at the cows going on the train track. They're just here for the ride. I love that. So we do get a little bit of money from there, and the town starts to expand. That's really cool. And over here, I want some copper ingots, which are produced over here, but there's a whole lot of land that we haven't developed yet because it's very expensive. So here's what we'll do. We'll get another train station over here and then set up a third train to deliver passengers. To cut across the land like this? Sure. And then with this third train, we can assign a specialist to increase passenger transfer income, which thankfully we can just afford. And now we need no more specialists. We load you here, and then you bring them here, and then you can also load here and bring them here. Perfect. A back and forth system for passengers. So we can let that run for a while, but we also have to hopefully complete this before January 1911 to get that challenge. Thankfully, we have 11 years to do that, but 11 years are gonna pass pretty quickly, I feel like. But once the passengers are brought here, we're earning 1,400 for each of those. That is beautiful. And because there's passengers going both directions, we're gonna make money even faster from this. I like it. And I suppose we could set up another train track to bring wheat here for even more income. I like the sound of this. So let's get another train station set up right here, which does cost a fair bit, but it also means that there's an uninterrupted train track going from here to over here, sure. So we can get that going around these fields of cows here, and then trains still cost 15,000, but we are getting that money very fast. So we load the wheat here and then deliver it here. Excellent. And there's enough wheat being produced that they shouldn't interfere with each other. So we already have 4 trains going along all of these tracks. That's amazing. And that means so much money is being produced too. But sometimes the trains do collide with each other, so they gotta let other trains pass through first. And then they go right back along their way. No collisions here. But now let's get the first train station set up here so we can divert the cows going from here to over here instead. So the track will start here, cut through the cow field because, you know what? Sure, they have plenty of space as it is. Hopefully they don't run out onto the track because that would be very unfortunate. But here, instead of unloading in Crusat, they can unload in Birkenhead. So once we deliver enough cows here, we'll get a tech point. And there go the first little batch of cows, which there are people that can be delivered here, but we don't really have to worry about that right now. Because in no time at all, we have enough money to buy another one of these development rights over here or over here. Or there is also the one down here, but we won't worry about that quite yet. We need to get some other systems in place first. So let's buy Heart over here for 70,000. That's a lot of money. But now we have all this other land that we can develop on, including these points right here, as soon as we have tech points. But thankfully this should happen quite a bit sooner because we just need to bring the coal from over here to Heart over here. And here as well, but that's later. And you know what? We can also expand the passenger network to go between all of these stations because they all take people. That should be nice, but let's get the supplies moving first. to go straight up to here. Beautiful. Just a little bit of time later and we can get another train going to load the coal and drop it off in town. But that was not a lot of coal that moved, so we should probably wait for a full load here. That's awkward. Just testing out the tracks there. But what does it take to connect the tracks from over here all the way to the track that we already put down here? 16,000? It's not terrible, but we can get it for 16,000 right here, right at the base of this hill. I like to look at that better. Okay, and it's 1902 right now. We are a quarter of the way through the time allotted here. This is happening very fast. But thankfully, more passenger travels mean more income. And there should be, yeah, copper mine right up here. So we need that to go here. And I think it'd be best to have it go on the opposite side here because we can also connect it to the coal when we need it. Might as well just get that track in place. And then this can go down the hill there. And then it'll cross the tracks here, but that'll be okay. Ooh, going through the trees there. That looks like fun. Perfect. A little crisscrossing the tracks, but they should be fine there. Hey, it looks like we delivered all the cows that we need to, so we can stop, or you know what, just finish that, because they still take the cows. But then after that, I want you to go back to delivering the cows here. So that can work pretty well, and we still get money from the cows there. We're still waiting on the coal to finish here, but there is a lot of coal in reserve, so I think we can set up another train to go from here to there. Ooh, but hey, enough time has passed that the Hush train has been invented. I think this would be better for the civilian passenger system, because it does go faster and has more train cars here. But that's assuming that we're worried about collecting money right now. Let's worry about setting up an industry on one of these points here first. And I think the best one for this spot is going to be the pipe factory. But we need a second industry point for that. Whoops. Thankfully, that's what this is working on. Okay, but back to what I was doing. Just buy another train. I think we can just go with the Emperor for now. Load the coal and unload it in the smelter here. And then we also need a train transporting the copper ore to there as well. Although I should probably rearrange the train tracks here so that they're not pulling into the same station. So we'll build another one here, and that can be for the coal ore when I get that train out of there. But thankfully now the copper ingots are being made. Okay, so here, let's start here and then connect to the track there. Very good. And then delete the train tracks behind this train as it was going. Oh, I think I just deleted the train. Thankfully, it made it all the way back to the station. So now it's taking the new path and then they won't interrupt each other again. I like this. And now we have 2 industry points because enough coal has been delivered. Good. That means we can stop that train from doing its things. So you can actually go ahead and be sold. I like that. And it should be pretty seamless to upgrade this train for more people. So we can go ahead and do that. It has one empty car there, but they are also moving faster. And now the coal train is a little bit ahead of the copper one, but that might have been from the slow up we had earlier. I'm not worried about it. I'm just worried about how much time has passed. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this land development here, so we have access to the submarine place, as well as the volcano. But there is also the sand pit down here, and that needs to be delivered there for more industry to happen. And with the second tech point, we can build a pipe factory here like I wanted to. Beautiful! So now we can get a train station in here, and I think this one might be the better one. So it can seamlessly get around the rocks here. I like that idea. So we need to make sure that this connects pretty good there. And it does. And there is another tech point that's made from bringing enough copper there. And thankfully the coal is being made very quickly, so we can very easily get a track connected to the tracks over here, and then probably a Hush train to go there because we need to keep up with production right now. So we'll go ahead and do that. Load here, unload here. We can probably have it quickly run to the copper and bring it here. I think that should work. Since it is a faster train, it should be able to cover the distance very efficiently. But it is also following the train that's going here, because I guess that's the shorter path. It also only had 1 coal there, so we need to wait for a full load there. I mean, might as well wait for a full load here. So let's see, is there anything that we can change over here? We pretty much need to keep up with the industry as it is over here because of the money that's being made, and we still need more tech points. So let's connect a rail from the smelter to this track over here, and then let's go ahead and just reassign the Hush train here to just bring copper to here, because we need more industry being set up. And since coal is needed for a lot of things, I feel like it'd be better to have 2 stations here, so less trains interrupt each other. We also don't need this line anymore, so we can get a little bit of money back here, and then have this one be the one that connects to this station, to then get rid of this track, just to smooth that out a little better. Oh, and we do have access to the last train at daylight. That's way faster, with as many train cars as the Hush. So where's the Hush? You. We're gonna change you out for the daylight. So you should hopefully be able to do your job faster. So we should have this track just be the in for the smelter, and then one track be the out. So let's rearrange this to connect right there, and then actually have it be a little bit further away just so they don't really connect through the middle here. Then we can delete this. That should work. They're not connected, so they shouldn't interfere with each other. And then the last 5 copper things are going here, so it can hopefully get— oh no, it got stopped by the civilian train. Okay, you should also be changed to the fast one, just so the money can go in faster. So we need another tech point in order to set up the glassworks here, and that comes from bringing iron here. There should be enough things to do that over here, so let's go ahead and purchase the land here, and then get this whole mess sorted out. Starting with the train station here, and then over here, so we can set up a iron ore production line, or delivery line rather. And then because we need this to go very quickly, we're using the daylight. Ooh, I like the sound of that. And of course, he didn't wait for a full load. But thankfully, he moves very fast. Now, the problem is the steelworks being way over there is a little inefficient when we need to build the submarine over here. But one thing at a time. We can get the sand delivered over here for another tech point. So let's get you on the out here, and then probably 2 of them, because we're gonna need to work with the glassworks over here pretty soon, and another train station over here so it can get access from everywhere. Connect right up there, and then we'll put an emperor here just because it's cheaper to load here, wait for a full load, and then unload here. And that might have been me that time because I started it. Oh well, there wasn't much sand there anyway. But now we can work towards that tech point as well. And thankfully the daylight moves very quickly. It's already a third way done here. It's honestly moving a bit too fast for the iron ore here, but thankfully it does wait for a full load. And we still have a line that's moving copper from there to there, so that's a bad idea. We need you to unload here. And I am very glad that the trains here can do a U-turn on the tracks. Really saves a lot of time. But now the train that's delivering copper ore needs a major speed increase to keep up with the demand here. And just to stop the interrupting here, I'm going to cancel the civilian passage to Heart. So they stop crossing the tracks over here. There we go, much more copper ore is being delivered there. And I guess there was no more trains delivering the coal here, so let's get one of those again. A daylight to keep up with all the demand from there. Okay, so that should be working a lot better. And then because we're going to need to, I'm going to get the train track to go all the way around here to connect to the bridge here, and then from the bridge to the depot here. So that way we have a line to deliver the pipes. Ooh, yes, all of the iron ore got delivered. So glassworks can go in over here. Beautiful. So now we can use the second line here that I built going from the sand pits, which really is just going to be a very quick in and out. Or does it need to be? Can I get a bridge through here? Oh, I can, right next to the volcano. I like the sound of that. So the station will go right here, and then from there to the bridge there, and then from here to here. Beautiful. And then from here straight to here. I like that. And then we can honestly use this train for that once it's done delivering all the sand here. So you can actually refund this train station, and now it all connects to one spot. So once there's enough sand here, which is gonna take one more trip, we can set it up on a loop. Okay, now this station here is completely full on pipes. So we need to set up a line from the pipes to the submarine so we can finally start to build it. And to be honest, I could probably streamline that process by getting another bridge right across here. Thankfully, I can afford that. So let's go ahead and just connect that. There we go. That should be faster. And because they aren't accepting any more copper ingots, you're gonna need to empty your cars. There we go. Now we have the brass pipes being collected and transported. Very nice. But it's already 1907. I feel like we're not gonna get this submarine completed on schedule, but that's okay. Ooh, we've delivered all the sand here. Okay, now we can reorganize that train to, instead of dropping off there, it loads there, unloads here, and then loads the glass and delivers the glass. All in a very nice loop. And because we're in a rush, we're gonna change you to the daylight train. Okay, now with one last tech point, we can come over here and set up a steelworks. That way we're able to produce steel a lot closer to the submarine, instead of having to worry about this steel plant over here. So we get to station here maybe? I think it would actually work better over here because the coal mine over here is also over here. So we can get those connected like so. Very nice. And then you also connected over here like so, going a little bit around the rock. Or can I just go up and over the rock? I like that a lot better. Why? Because I can. Oh, wow. I dropped funds very quickly. That's okay. It only takes a little bit more to be able to afford that and afford this. Okay. You, train delivering to there, need to stop that and unload here. So now that's being delivered there, but we also need a train over here. Is there one that we can get rid of? I would say yes if we had all the brass pipes that we needed, but we don't right now. At least we're starting to deliver glass as well. That's amazing. I think we can go ahead and scrap the train that's delivering wheat straight to here, because I think the cows actually get more. I could be wrong, but we also need to get rid of a train. So we're gonna sell you, and then we can get a train delivering coal over here. And then we need a bridge to connect from here, probably over here, but that's also through a lighthouse. I don't want to get rid of the lighthouse, but we can do it from that corner to this corner, so it's very easy to connect it to this track. And the more rails going from there to the bridge. Excellent. So it looks like we're halfway delivered on the pipes that we need and about a third with the glass. And thankfully the pipes are producing very beautifully. It is so cool to see them going on the train to their destination, right over the water hazards and then straight to their destination. And there's more of the neighborhood over here that's being built because of it. I love it. And the glass is not very far behind. So we need 10 more pipes there, and there's easily enough brass pipes in the production line that we don't need to deliver any more here, which means that we can swap out some trains. And by swap out trains, I mean sell them to get the money back. And we can also change out your stops to stop hauling the copper. So all you're worried about is the brass pipes. And then you are delivering coal there still. We can go ahead and sell you, as well as you. Selling all these trains here, that's a huge investment, or a huge amount of money back, I mean. Now we can have more trains focus over here, which is good because it looks like this is about to be full on the iron ingots. So let's do a little bit of redecorating here with another train station there, and then connect it there, and then also having these tracks connect over here, just so we can have a line that is not interrupted by a bunch of crisscrossing. So now we bring in the train, the daylight train, to load all the iron ingots and deliver it straight to the submarine. Now we should be able to move pretty quickly on there, and we only have like a year left, but this is the last delivery of brass pipes that we need. Yes! The first objective is complete. Woo! And the submarine is getting progress done. I like it. Oh, but now they're about to pass through each other. You are done here. So now you can be uninterrupted. And now if the iron production can keep up, then we should be able to complete this on time. It might help to that effect if we had this smelter over here going, but I don't want to split resources. Or maybe I actually can afford to, because these places are very good at keeping up with the demand. But there's only a year left, and I don't think that's gonna make a difference. It's also a shame that the glass is a little uneven on the delivery, because it needs 6 instead of 5 for a clean finish. I guess we could have a quick train deliver from here to here as soon as that train's out of the way. There, now all the glass is being delivered that we need. Beautiful. We're cutting very close to the deadline, but it might work. It just might work. So now you can go ahead and be sold like the piece of metal you are. Look at how much money we have from selling all the trains. Ooh, the submarine has more progress. Yes, that's looking very nice. And now all we need is 20 more ingots. So here, let's quickly sell you so you stop running back and forth. Or that also saves room on the trains. We are going to set up another daylight train from here straight over to here right away. Okay, now that that train is done delivering, we can go ahead and sell you so you don't interrupt anything on the tracks. Oh yes, this is working. This is working. We're gonna be done on time. We're not exactly delivering all the ingots that we need though. Doesn't matter, I want the submarine. Oh wait, I was very miscalculated there. We need 10 more things going. I may jump the gun a little bit. I'm very excited about submarines, all right? So maybe a little less than on time. And of course, he drove away before the last iron was completed. So we're bringing another train over here anyway. I'm gonna spend the money on a daylight, I don't care. If we waited just a little bit longer, it would have been done on time. But oh, we actually did complete it on time. Oh yes, there's the submarine and it launched. I didn't think we were gonna complete it on time. December of 1910. Wow. The only thing that we failed to do was deliver enough ingots, but 2 out of 3, I think that's passing. Also, look at the capitalization, 1.3 million. That's a lot of money. And then we can use the stars we collected from that level, along with the others from the total 16 levels in the campaign, to unlock some new things like new locomotives, like this Art Deco train. That is such a sleek profile for a train. I love it. I want it. And there's some other specialists too. Like we were using the one that give better money from passengers. We can upgrade that even further. And more bonus cars to the train. I like that. And like I said, that was just one level in the campaign, which has 16 levels to go through, plus 5 co-op missions. And they're adding a level editor in the near future. So if you guys want to get your train tycoon going, then make sure to check out Train Valley World on Steam using the link in the description, especially with that 20% launch discount. That's a great time to get it. So thank you guys very much for watching, and big thanks to the developers for sponsoring this video. Sub to Intern. And I would like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donomoto, DVONX, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Drip Along, Angel, Lily Bites, Miner Within, DeGarity, Sands, V, Isaac, Killer Squad, Mousy, and Nicholas.